Happy Saturday night, friends. I'm going live tonight. So I know other people may be in the streets, but I'm at home going live on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn, and all the platforms. YouTube. And tonight I want to talk to you about your why. I took some time to reflect this week, as I mentioned probably in a prior live this week. This makes 2 months that I have been a full-time entrepreneur outside of my corporate gig, just really focused on one lane. And I've taken some time to reflect on how I got here and why I've taken these steps. And this tonight's going to be short because I'm waiting on an Amazon delivery. So so I'm going to have to run out of here. But thinking about your why can often bring you so much more clarity. When you're trying to find that career clarity, what do I want to do next? What transition do I want to make? Do I want to get promoted here? What do I want to do? All of those questions. It You can find the answer if you take a step back and ask yourself why. A lot of confusion can be eliminated in your career process or even your entrepreneurship process if you think about your why. When I started Rock Career Development, and if you're an OG, it was Rock Professional Development when I got started. But so that's how far back it goes. But when I started my business, it wasn't to, yes, you want to make money, but there was a reason that I started. There was a why for me. At the time, I had been helping friends and family members for free with their resume and their cover letters, LinkedIn, all those kinds. I was doing that for free. And then when I got into my corporate career, I started to attend career fairs and helping out with some of the recruiting to try to bring in diverse talent. And what I found at that time was that there were people there was a stark difference between the performance of Black candidates and non-Black candidates. And I knew it wasn't an intellectual problem. I knew it wasn't a skill set. I knew all of that. It was just that there needed to be an increase in exposure to how to present yourself in some of these settings. There was some information that they needed, some resources that they needed to make sure that they were bringing their A game in those settings. And I asked myself, with all of the skills that I had developed in my academic career, and then from actually doing the work of helping family members and others with their career development to that point, I could use those skills to then help level the playing field for people who look like me. There were already a disparity between those who were not Black in corporate versus those who were. And I didn't want the gap to widen simply because there was a lack of access to resources or understanding or guidance around how do you present yourself in these professional settings. So I said, I'm going to put those skills to use. And that was the why for me, is that I want to see the face of corporate change. I want to see Black candidates and other people of color have an opportunity for career success and not be pushed out or excluded because they don't have everything they need to represent themselves well. And I think about that even now as I'm in this phase of my business. I'm growing, speaking, consulting, other things, but I go back to that why. So why is this important to me? And it's because I firmly believe that if you transform your career, you transform your entire life. It builds your confidence, it builds your self-esteem, it provides you with higher income for you to be able to do all the things in your life that you may have dreamed of. And not just for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for your friends, whoever it is. It may allow you to launch a business that you've been sitting on, but you haven't had the capital. But now that you have a better career, there's money that you can put in that seed money to grow that business. And I think about the impact of this work. And that's what I want to see. And that's why it's so important to me, because this is something that is bigger than me. It's something that is bigger than me. And yes, again, we all want to make money. I'm not running a charity, but for me, it's bigger than money. It's about the impact that I'm able to have on other people's lives, because I know that once you transform your career, once you find a career that you feel good in, that you wake up every day and, no one jumps out of bed saying, yes, going to work, right? We all wish we could be on a beach somewhere. But if you're able to get out of bed and say, I feel like my work is meaningful, fulfilling, and I know that I'm being paid for my value, I know that I'm seen at work, I know I'm in a safe environment, and that will allow me to thrive. When you have those kinds of things available, it permeates every other area of your life. And so thinking about my why, it helps me to get out of some of the confusion that I've had in areas of my business, and times when I'm just like, you know what, to hell with this, let me go and just do what I'm doing. It's having that center and that why. It always brings me back to the clarity, and it pushes me forward. And so I want to ask you about your why. What is your why right now? When you think about the career that you're pursuing, when you think about the career transition that you're pursuing, moving from here to there, or you're exiting an environment, what is your why? Why do you want to make this change? Why do you want to pursue this career? How does this help your life? How does it help others? How does it help you to achieve a goal that you've had for yourself? Like, what is pushing you? What is propelling you? What is the purpose behind this? And I promise you, if you take that time to say, what is my why? Why do I want to do this? You may find yourself saying, hey, why am I even applying to these jobs over here? These are not even aligned if I really think about it. I'm just doing it because someone else told me to, but I don't really think that this work is going to be meaningful. I don't really think this work is going to match my skill set. And, I had a conversation with someone last night around them wanting to leave their job. And the only reason they were leaving was money, but their why was in the job that they were doing already. And so I said, well, instead of going and finding a job that you don't have a why behind, if it's just money, how do we find, or how do we make sure that we're able to find the money for you where you're at, or in a company that's doing similar work versus you just going and doing something completely different? Again, your why will always open doors for you. There's always going to be opportunity once you fully understand what your why is, and you're committed to that, and you're committed to your purpose. And I'm not one of those people that go on, passion pays the bills. I'm not saying that. But when you have a why, you have more clarity, which means you can be intentional in your job search. You can be intentional in your networking. You can be intentional in your conversations and your salary negotiations and everything from a career perspective. When you show up at work every day, you're going to perform better when you understand your why. You're not just going through the motions. So I just wanted to hop on quickly and share that with you as you are getting prepared. Tomorrow, most people have the Sunday scaries, but it doesn't have to be that way for you. Take a step back and think about your why. And as you're getting prepared for your work week, that can help you change how you approach going into that environment. It can change how you approach the conversations with your boss. It can change how you're approaching job applications. And again, interviews, networking. It can change your whole perspective when you fully understand your why and what you're going after. So with that, I hope that you have a fantastic Saturday night. I would love if you watch this on the replay, you can leave some comments and let me know your thoughts, and let me know what your why is. And if you're having trouble understanding what your why is, that's why I'm here. See what I did there? So I would love to hear from you. Send me an email, a DM, leave me a comment. And if you don't know my email address it's hello@rockcareer.com. Again, hello@rockcareer.com. Thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.